Motu Crew, what's up? We're here with RJ Wallace. He kind of runs things here at GCF. We'll let him introduce himself just a little more. Tell these good folks about yourself for a second.
How's it going, guys? I'm RJ Wallace. I'm the owner and promoter here at Gold Coast Federation. As you guys can see, it's been a crazy show so far. It's been a real good crowd.
We saw you getting involved a little bit. What's up with that?
Interjecting yourself into the match.
Six-man tag.
Look, sometimes you gotta like the general manager gods from above.
Holla, holla, holla.
Your great uncle, right?
Yeah, my great uncle Teddy Long, like a ball player. Yeah, so that's what we gotta do. I mean, we the storyline. We got a huge disagreement with Divine Intervention.
I saw that.
So they're trying to rebel and trying to take over GCF and spread their filth all around, and we're trying to put a stop to it. So what better than I've been getting my hands dirty and doing what I got to do to stop Divine Intervention. So here we are.
Tell us a little bit about GCF though, because we interviewed you at the birth of it, right?
Yeah.
Before you even had your first event.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing it now, and how's the journey been?
So it's been a long 2-year journey, man. First time I saw you guys, it's at the Rivals first show.
Yep.
And we were kind of, in the midst of starting to get things together and trying to bring it all in, and it was tough, because you're trying to start a new thing, you're trying to start a pro wrestling company, and as a fan, you have this idea of this is how it's done.
Yeah.
But man, reality slaps you hard in the face, man. I'm just like, there's money that goes into it. You gotta buy a ring. You gotta get a facility. You gotta get all the paperwork. Oh, and you gotta get wrestlers.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's the key.
Yeah, you can't get these big names off bat. So it's a lot of learning about the wrestling business, man. I've learned so much, from people like Tony Reyes, Sin Bodie, who's in our main event, Sean Black, along the way, just learned from a lot of guys and a lot of other promoters too, promoter from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, the Mega Towers who run things over at Rival, just learning from them, kind of just taking notes and putting my own flair on it, of course. But it's been a dope journey, and I got a dope team with me. The hardest working people I've ever met, man, tirelessly day in, day out, just always coming up with ideas, and it's been a fun ride so far, man.
What's your favorite Tom Hanks movie?
Favorite Tom Hanks movie? Since Forrest Gump, I guess.
Classic.
I was gonna
Good
say
choice.
Castaway, but
Castaway. Captain Phillips is solid.
Captain Phillips.
Captain Phillips is solid.
But the Forrest Gump, we'll go with the safe answer.
I think I've only seen two.
Yeah, I was I've only seen Forrest Gump and Castaway, so.
Never seen Castaway.
Oh, what? Oh, well, see, I saw Castaway when I was a kid, so.
What is Castaway?
He's basically lost on an island and becomes friends with
the volleyball.
Volleyball.
Wow. He's young. Don't mind him.
It's probably on Netflix.
We'll watch it one day.
Yeah. We'll skip Raw one night and watch Castaway. So
we can't miss Lacey.
One thing that I feel separates GCF from a lot of other independent companies is that you guys really invest in storylines.
Yeah, man.
Is that one thing that you guys set out to do?
What's wrestling without storylines? You gotta give people a reason to want to come to the show. You gotta give people a reason.
Bro. Sell me that.
You gotta have somebody to cheer for. You gotta have somebody to boo. You gotta have somebody that you want to come see. A lot of these indie shows are cool, to bring in your Joey Ryans, but if Joey Ryan's just there for the name, why are we coming to see him when we can see him on TV? So a huge part of what we do creatively is based on we want to keep these people interested, we want to keep these people invested, and storylines are the way to go.
You as a promoter, what goes into mind when you're looking at talent? Who because you get these essentially these wrestlers independent contractors, right? So when you're looking for wrestlers, what do you look for?
Me, I just look for charisma plays a big part, talent, but overall wanting to learn. Like, a lot of these guys, you know, a couple of them been wrestling for years, a couple of them been wrestling for like a little under a year, like Hyde, who we just saw right now. He's a Santino's guy.
He's new?
Yeah, he's new. He's going on to his second year, and he's improved a lot. He's
Not
a
bad at
great
all.
young talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
He still wants to learn. Like, he has that hunger to learn still, even though he's at the best wrestling school in California. He's still coming out to shows like this and still wanting to learn from everyone. And that's pretty cool to know. And like, a lot of these guys, you know, like our champion Chris Cadillac, he came up about 10 years ago and kind of stopped wrestling for a while. Like, he didn't know where he was at in the wrestling business. Like, he kind of felt like he lost his place and kind of just stopped doing it for a while. But when we came around and, you know, we kind of brought back his love for the business again, and he's been a lot more invested and he wants to do this again. So guys like that are guys I look for, and, you know, it's been very rewarding and refreshing when guys come to you after shows and be like, man, it's the best experience I've had at a show in like years, man. Like, you guys know what we're doing, and we're a new promotion. Like, I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but it's kind of cool to hear, you know? Yeah.
Toot,
man.
toot,
you know?
toot.
And who are some talents on GCF that we should be looking out for in the near future?
I mean, Hyde, man, that kid's gonna go places. I mean, you have your Jake Atlases and Brody Kings, and, you know, you have your top talents in Santinos, but Hyde, like, that kid's got it, man. Like, talented. I mean, you saw what he can do in the ring.
I was super impressed.
Yeah.
And yeah, for him being so young in the game.
Kid's impressive.
That was dope.
I mean, the champion Chris Cadillac, man, like, he's a veteran in the game, but dude can go, and he's still proving he can go. I mean, last show he went against Ruby Reyes, and he's always trying to go against top talent. Like, he's throwing like Adrian Quest at us, and, you know, he's throwing all these names. It was like, all right, man, if you feel like you can do it, we'll get it for you, man. So I love that guy. Drew Masters, who's coming out right now. He's a young talent. He's about 2 years in the game. He trains here at OCCW. He's a great young cat. There's a couple guys, man. You know, we got the Divine Intervention guys, you know, story-wise, you know, I hate those guys, but those guys are talented, man. Like, those guys can go on the mic, those guys can go in the ring. Like, they're a collective of guys who are just good, man. They're a brotherhood, like, behind the scenes and in the ring. You can see it, like, when they're in the ring together. So, I mean, that GCF has a lot of up-and-coming talent that you'll see.
What's the ultimate goal for GCF right now?
I mean,
because this is a passion project for you, obviously, right now.
Yeah,
but what's the ultimate goal for GCF?
I want us to be that. I want GCF to be like what PWG was at the beginning, where it was the stepping stone for guys to take that next level, you know? Where you saw guys like Human Tornado and, you know, Brian, like Daniel Bryan, like wrestling shows just like this, and then made their fame through this. I want us to be like that name that people are just like, man, GCF, that they breed stars. They know what they're doing, you know. Like, of course, like, success and, you know, all that stuff, I want that to come. But realistically, I want not just the wrestlers but the fans to know, like, this was the place that gave you guys names like Hyde and, you know, brought Guy Cool to the forefront and stuff like that. So I think overall, I just want us to be the foundation of something great, especially in Orange County, because we don't get a lot of wrestling out here in Orange County. Okay. So I just want to build something big.
All right, well, it looks like the show's getting back on. So before you go, tell the good people at Motu Crew where they can find you on social media, where they should follow GCF, all that good stuff.
Okay, so GCF social media at Gold Coast Federation on Instagram, on Twitter at GCW Anaheim. Facebook is Gold Coast Federation Official. And for me personally, Jamal Cinco Uno on all social media platforms. Follow me on Twitter, because, I mean, I feel like my tweets are pretty great.
I follow him on Twitter.
You know what I mean?
You should too.
I feel like I tweet pretty good shit, you know. I try. But yeah, that's Jamal Cinco Uno on all social media. GCF, you know, everywhere.
Gold Coast Federation, Motu Crew, Motu Podcast, we out.
Thank you guys for having me.